So you're still thinking of me, just like I know you should.
Hey everybody, so for today's video I'm going to be testing out the Fenty Beauty Foundation by Rihanna, and you guys, I am so excited. I've been wanting to try this out for so long, and I know I'm kind of late on trying this out, but better late than never. This is the Rihanna Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Soft Matte Longwear Foundation. It says that it's medium to full coverage for all skin types, so we're going to test that out and see. I have dry skin, so we're going to see how well that works on my dry skin and if it clings like my dry patches or not and how it looks. It's longwear and it says it's light as air, which is good because I hate those foundations that just feels so heavy on your skin. That's how I felt with the Marc Jacobs foundation, and I loved it so much that I kind of like ignored that, but I got to a point where my face just felt so heavy and it was so uncomfortable and I just wanted to take it off. So I'm gonna see if this foundation is better than that, and maybe this will become my new favorite foundation. Also, can we talk about the bottle? I'm literally obsessed with the frosted bottle and the white cap. I think that the packaging is amazing. I got the shade 160 if you guys are like my shade and you want to see like what shade I picked out for myself. There are 40 shades, which is amazing. You would never really find a foundation that has 40 shades. Like, that's so many. When you think about it, it was kind of harder for me to pick with so many shades because you're like, pick this shade, this shade, this shade, and then one's too light and one's too dark, and you gotta find your perfect shade. And I think this one is the one that fits me the most, so I'm gonna check in on you guys like every few hours and let you guys know how the foundation is wearing, and then at the end of the day I'm gonna come back and let you guys know my final results. So let's just get started with trying out the Fenty Beauty Foundation. Okay, so I actually already just prepped and primed my skin off camera to save us some time. For moisturizer, I used the First Aid Beauty Ultra Repair Cream. This stuff is so good if you have dry skin and you need something that's going to really hydrate your skin. I'm actually obsessed with this. And then for primer, I used the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Face Primer, and I just put it in like my T-zone area. I love this stuff as well. So let's get started with testing out the Fenty Beauty Foundation. On one side of my face, I'm going to be using this brush. I've been loving this for just working it into my foundation. And then on this side, I'm going to be using a beauty blender. This is my Real Techniques one that I love. I love this so much more than a beauty blender, and it's so much cheaper. I don't know why. I just love the way that it like works my foundation in my face, and it's not overpriced like a beauty blender. I'm going to put my hair back so we can put foundation on our face and get started with this review. I kind of have high hopes for this foundation, which I feel like is how foundation like testing out videos go wrong, because people just have, people have such high hopes on the foundation. I do. Probably because it's Rihanna, but you know. I also heard this foundation soaks in your face so fast, so you gotta kind of blend it very, very fast. So I'm gonna actually just apply it onto my brush with 2 pumps. So 1, 2, and then we're gonna blend this into our skin. I don't know if you guys can see, this foundation is lighter on my skin than I thought it would be, which is pretty good because I heard it oxidizes a lot. Don't forget to build it into your neck. Yeah, this foundation is very light, which is good. I'd rather have a lighter foundation than a darker foundation because I look crazy if my skin is too dark. Blend it in with this brush. It isn't as, like, it's medium coverage. You see, you can still see like my red spots and stuff, but we're gonna see like how full coverage we can get this foundation to be. Just blend it into my skin some more, and then I'm gonna take another pump and see how much of more coverage we can build up over here. As you can see, like my red spots, you can see like my red, because I have very red skin. I don't know, it's weird, but let's blend. I really like the way that it's looking though. It's very light too, so I really like how it feels on my face. And now we're gonna test it out on the other side with my beauty blender, and I'm gonna do 2 pumps as well on this part. 1, 2, and then we're gonna blend this out. I got a good shade because it is my shade. I'm not noticing that it's oxidizing really at all. I don't notice it, not yet at least. Blend this out. Alright, so the coverage is a little bit better, as you could tell, with the brush than it is with the Beauty Blender. I feel like because it's wet and it's kind of taking a lot of the product away. But we're going to go in again with another 2 pumps just because to add a little bit more coverage to our face. We can still see my zit that's right there. I want to try to see if we can cover that up. As you can tell, maybe it is oxidizing a little bit because it looks so light on this side and then it looks a little bit darker here. So maybe it is oxidizing, but it's not oxidizing to a bad color over here. Alright, so we applied the same, my lip looks weird. Okay, so we applied the same amount on both sides now, but this side I don't like at all the way that the Beauty Blender is looking. Like it's like creasing into my nose, this foundation. I don't know if you can see that, but on this side it's not doing it too much. Yeah, it's kind of like sitting in my dry patches on this side. I don't really see it too much on this side, maybe a little bit here, into my smile lines a lot. This foundation looks so like drying. It literally is on all my freaking dry patches. This is not going well. Alright, what I'm gonna do actually is I'm going to just go in and do 1 more coat on each side, which is 1 pump, and see what happens. Yeah, this foundation is very drying. I don't really recommend it now if you have dry skin because it is literally just going to cling on to all of your dry patches. I feel like this foundation is better for people with oily skin because you kind of want it to set into your like oil so your skin doesn't get oily throughout the day. I don't know, we're gonna put on the rest of my stuff like powder and concealer and see if that helps. So we did it on that side, and then I'm gonna add another pump. Actually, did I do 2 pumps on the other side? On my face with this brush. I like the way the brush is applying better. It isn't making my face look like as dry as the other side is. So if I recommend a way of me trying to use this, it would be with this brush. Don't forget to blend it into my neck. Yeah, this foundation is very light. Like it doesn't feel very heavy, which is a good thing. But I might not even be using this anymore because it makes my skin look so dry and awful. I don't like that. Okay, so that is all blended in. Now we're going to be doing concealer. I'm going to be taking my Maybelline Fit Me concealer and put this underneath my eyes and where I usually conceal. Under my eyes, and then a little on my nose and up here. And then down here. I usually put a little bit over here too. And then I'm going to be taking my e.l.f. concealer brush and just blending this out. Like far away, this foundation doesn't look too bad, but up close you can definitely see it cracking into my dry skin a little bit. It doesn't look too bad on this side. This side you can definitely tell with the sponge that it looks way more drying on this side of my face, and in my nose area especially, which is where I get it the worst. Alright, so now we're going to be doing powder. I'm just going to be using the Rimmel Stay Matte powder and just putting this all over my face. Alright, so now this is what the foundation is looking like. I don't mind the way it looks here, like just around my nose area where it's like sticking in my cracks of my nose, like where my dry skin is. I really don't like it's doing it more over here, but like I said, I don't mind the way it's looking over here. It looks very nice. I like it. If it didn't crack around my nose, I probably would really enjoy this foundation. Put a little more powder on my face. Maybe once I spray it with the setting spray, it'll calm down a little bit more, but I don't really know now because it looks very drying on my skin. So I'm going to spray my face with the Urban Decay All Nighter to kind of soak that into my face. And now I'm going to do the rest of my makeup off camera, and I'll come back to you guys with the final result and show you guys how my foundation is looking, and then I'll check in with you guys later on, and then I'll do a final check-in later on and tell you guys my final result in the foundation, if I'm going to use it again, if I recommend it, and then just like my final thoughts on it. So yeah. Okay, you guys, so I just finished doing my makeup, and I'm loving the way this foundation looks right now. It isn't cracking too much into my nose as I thought it was. It just a tad bit, but from far away, it looks so good. I'm actually really pleased with how it looks right now. This is it up close on this side. My highlight is popping today, and then this side, but I'm not minding how the foundation is looking right now. The only thing is that I'm gonna be dealing with probably is it cracking into my skin throughout the day, so I really hope it doesn't do that. I used a setting spray, so I'm hoping that it'll help not do that, but I'm going to check in with you guys in a few hours. I'm gonna do at least 2 or 3 updates, and then I'm gonna do a final update tonight, letting you guys know my final thoughts and if I'm gonna reuse it, and I'll see you guys in a little bit. Hi guys, so this is my first check-in with how my foundation is looking. It's currently 2:05 p.m. I finished my makeup, it was around noon when I finished it, but my foundation is holding up so nice. It isn't cracking into my dry spots at all, pretty much, except for the little bit that it has already, but it hasn't sunk into any more, and I just love how filtered my face looks. It looks so good so far, and I love how matte it is. My face doesn't at all look oily, it doesn't look too drying, and I'm obsessed with it so far. I'm gonna update you guys in a couple more hours and see how my skin is looking then. Hi guys, so update, it has been a few hours since I talked to you. It's currently 5:01 p.m. and I just wanted to give you guys an update on my foundation. It still is holding up very nicely. It's starting to kind of look a little bit like it's sucking into my dry spots, but not too bad. Like from close up you can see it, but from far away I still think my makeup looks amazing. My face looks really good. I'm very impressed with this foundation so far. It's still on, it's holding up. Like I said, it's a little dry in between my nose here and a little up here, but that's normal for me in my foundations because I have very dry skin, so my dry skin just likes to cling to everything. I will update you guys at the end of the day with my final result and telling you guys what I really think about foundation, and then I'll tell you guys my final thoughts. Alright guys, so this is my final check-in on my foundation, and I'm going to tell you guys the final thoughts on this foundation. As you can tell, it's starting to seep into my dry skin a little bit more than it was before, and my foundation is fading. You can see my breakouts and my freckles coming through, this pimple is coming through, but besides that, I think this foundation is holding up really well. I'm so shocked with how it's doing. I thought it would seep into my dry skin more than it is. As you can tell right now, it's seeping in more than it was before, but I really like the way this foundation looks right now, and I'm going to keep using it tomorrow. I think I'm going to use it again and see how it works, but I'm very impressed. I like this foundation a lot. I think I would recommend it more if you had oily skin than if you had dry skin, because it's not going to seep in your dry patches if you have oily skin. If anything, it's going to help resist the oils and make your skin look flawless. I love how matte it is, and it just looks so flawless. It looks like I have a filter on my face because it is called the Pro Filter Foundation. I'm obsessed with this, and I'm going to keep using it. I hope it becomes a staple in my makeup routine. But that's my final thoughts on this. I hope you guys enjoyed this video that I've never done before of me wearing and like giving you guys updates and stuff like that. If you guys want to see more videos like this, let me know down below what other products you guys want me to review, or like other brands, stuff like that. And I hope you guys enjoyed, and I love you guys. Bye guys.